Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to a long awaited video. I get so many requests for this, so here we are, IUH hunting, tips and tricks, all of my advice. I've caught quite a few island unique hairs, especially recently in the last month and a half. I've really narrowed down some of my best tips and I've been catching them practically back to back. So here we go, guys. So the first tip is private island. So I understand that not everybody can get one. You do have to pay monthly for them. It is a really good deal though. If you are able to, a private island of course will increase your chances quite a lot because you're not competing with other people. You have all the islands to yourself. You can do whatever method you want. It's just overall a lot better. So yeah, my first tip is to actually have your own private island. And I have a little theory that I didn't play into until, well, about the last month. My theory is that some private islands are actually luckier than others. I mean, the facts can't be beat. Obviously, I'm sure you guys know a lot of people have hunted for years. A lot of people have actually played with on the same island the whole time and they are never catching anything. There's some people that have never caught an IUH. There's people that have caught a couple but really not much. But I recently purchased my own, and when I purchased my own private island instead of staying on my friends, that is when I started catching them back to back to back. Just in the last month I have caught like 9, I believe. And my boyfriend started playing. If you guys watch my streams, you know he bought his own island, and again, he caught, I think, 4 in his first week of playing, and he now has quite a lot. I think he has like 11. So yeah, he's caught a lot, and he's only played for about like a month and a week or something. So that's my theory. I don't know if it's true. So with the island tiers, this is very important information for you to know. So there's 3 of islands, 3 tiers. So mainland, blizzard, and forest are all on one cluster. So that is considered the low tier. Obviously, you're not going to want to hunt on mainland. There is no island unique hair on mainland. So just forest and blizzard. That is one server cluster. Horses, if you're on forest, will only be on forest at the time. That's how they work. Horses spawn in when you're actually in the island itself. So when you're on forest, there's not even horses on lunar until you go there, for example. And then, of course, mid-tier is your royal, desert, and your mountain. That is all one cluster. And then your third cluster, high tier, is jungle, lunar, and volcano. So that's pretty important information to have when I explain methods later on in the video. So you're going to want to pick out your hunting horse. Your best hunting horse will be, in my opinion, an Arabian or a thoroughbred. So with the Arabians, they are a little bit slower. However, they have a lot of stamina, and that is what you're going to need. You're going to really, really want that stamina, especially for the bigger islands, such as jungle. A thoroughbred is much, much faster. If you can find a OG stat thoroughbred, that means a 100 speed thoroughbred. That will be your fastest horse, and then you get some good tack on that. You are good to go sprinting across those islands. So tack is pretty important. Some of the fastest tack you can get, I recommend using fancy dressage bridle, and you can either use a racing saddle, which is fast and has more stamina, but if you actually use the barrel racing saddle, it has more speed but less stamina. So that's up to you which one you're interested in. Now, I would also recommend that you keep your lasso out the whole time. When you have your lasso out, as you can see in the video playing, you can see that big ring around me, and that allows the horses, especially sometimes they're laying down, they're hiding in bushes, they're in tall grass, that will make them have a little marker on how many hits it takes to capture them. And you're going to want to see that because sometimes they are pretty hidden and you don't want to miss a spawn point. Missing one spawn point could mean that you just missed an IUH. And to go along with that, know the spawn points so you don't miss one. If you need help, I actually have an entire playlist on my channel. Click on my channel, go to the playlist section, and I did a tutorial on every single island on all of the spawn points and how I personally run that. So hopefully that will help you out a little bit. My personal very number one tip above all else, as I'm sure you guys know if you watch my streams, is to always mass capture. always, because the amount of IUH that I've caught that I did not realize was an IUH, aka clear quartz and leathery and volcanic black, these are all ones, even icy white, that are very hard to see even with checking. So the number one way to make sure you're absolutely not missing any under any circumstance is to always mask capture. Plus you make money doing it, so that's awesome as well. Always need that shopping money. Also, just to mention, because I'm not sure everybody knows, when herds spawn, which is a lot of people catch IUH that way because basically 3 horses spawn on the island that wouldn't originally be there, so that's 3 more for you to get. They don't use up your lasso when you use it. So what I do is I go ahead and I craft 1 prismatic lasso, and I keep that lasso and I only use it for herds. So the lasso will not be consumed upon capturing a herd. So you can reuse that same 1 prismatic lasso over and over again. So the lassos that I use personally for hunting, but it's definitely up to personal preference, I get a large stack of bronze lassos, I would say about 300, and I use those a majority of the time. But then I go over to Mountain and I buy a pretty good stack, I would say about 130. You can do less, of course. Diamond lassos. I'm hunting all day long, so I need quite a lot. But I do the diamond lassos for very high tier breeds, such as Frisians and Marwaris and Percherons. But then the bronze lassos I'll use, of course, on Appaloosas and Mustangs and quarter horses. So yeah, diamond's like the highest tier lasso where you actually get your money back and you're making a profit. Because, for example, if you buy moonstone lassos, which is very, very expensive, they cost so much to make that you're not actually making a profit from it. So for that reason, I use diamond. I always recommend if you do 1 lap on an island and you're seeing a clone spawn, if you're seeing a lot of high tiers, then I recommend doing a 2nd lap. I've caught a few island unique hairs that way. So yeah, if you're feeling lucky, go ahead and just keep doing it. Do another lap. Do a 3rd lap if you're still feeling lucky. And one of my last tips is to go ahead and watch something on the side. I have a 2nd monitor, but I know not everybody does. So if you have your iPad or your phone or a TV, set up a show, set up YouTube, whatever it is, play my streams, whatever you're interested in. And that will keep you from getting bored so that you can hunt for longer periods of time. Of course, always take breaks, drink your water, get your snacks. It's just a game, so try not to take it too seriously and just have fun. It's just pure luck at the end of the day, but you know, it really is a really great game, and keep it positive. You might get your dream horse. I did want to say before I go ahead and go over the method types that island unique hunting is 100% pure luck. Big disclaimer, it's true. I have tips for you, but at the end of the day, I can't guarantee you an IUH. It really is pure luck and time spent into the game, but using these tips should help you out a little bit. So really quickly, just to end the video, I wanted to explain the hunting method types. So the first one, which I do not recommend at all, is the reset and check method, where you are going to a couple of different islands, 2 or 3, one from each cluster or tier, and just checking them, zooming in and looking at the hair and seeing if it's an island unique hair, not capturing. I do not recommend that method personally, but I know other people like it. Like I said, you might miss one, so I recommend mass capture. The second method, which I've caught a few island unique hairs on, is the mass capture reset. So again, capturing all horses on 2 or 3 islands, 1 from each cluster. And I've caught a lot on that method, but my newest and favorite, don't know what to call it, so I'm just going to call it Whimsy's method because I don't know the name, but I highly doubt I invented this. But I just stay on 1 cluster and mass capture. This allows herds to spawn, which could increase your chance potentially of catching an island unique hare, although I haven't caught one in a herd. But I've caught my last few island unique hares using this method. So I will go on mid-tier or high tier, and I will mass capture going down the line. So for example, if it's high tier, I'll do jungle, mass capture. Then I'll go to lunar, mass capture them all, and then I will go to volcano and mass capture them all. And then again, back to jungle, and I do that until I catch an island unique hare, and usually I get one before too long. So yeah, I'm sorry I can't guarantee you it. It is all luck, but I hope some of these tips help you. And if you enjoyed this video, please leave me a like, subscribe to my channel, of course, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys!